Well, good evening, good evening, good evening. How nice it is to be here again. First things first, it appears that I have a new subscriber. A Martin Radcliffe, I do believe you're the new subscriber. Thank you very much. Nice to have you aboard. First new subscriber for ages. Come on, folks, get subscribing. Come on. Let's get that clock ticking over. If you're not the new subscriber and you're a long-standing subscriber and it's somebody else that's subscribed, sorry for the confusion, but you know who you are. So whoever you are, Martin Radcliffe or somebody else, thank you for subscribing anyway. That's wonderful. Had a long session at the painting table today, and all the hussars, or all the horses, I've done all the shark's teeth on the saddle blankets. It almost started doing my head in at the end. I was going a bit dodgy with it, so I had to have a break from it and then go back to it to finish off. But they've all, don't know how well you can see that. They've all had their shark's teeth added on the saddle blanket, so that's nice. I sort of got the hang of it now. I sort of know what I'm doing now with this. I found, I guess, excuse me, I guess, you know, everybody finds their own way for doing things, I guess. And with me it was actually half past. Yeah, it was me. With me it was, I found in the end I couldn't paint them on freehand because it would just go all to hell for some reason. So as I told you in a previous video, I would pencil them in very, very faintly and lightly with my pencil, and you could get them pretty even, as good as I was going to get them. So that's all the shark's teeth. Now, there's really not a lot to do on these horses now, to be honest with you. I've just started putting the straps on the, I don't know if you can see that or not, putting the straps on the blanket roll on the back of the saddle there. I've just started doing that. Once I've done that, is a little bit of highlight on the blanket roll and a little bit of metal work on the face harness on the horses and a few horseshoes here and there, and that's more or less it. So we're getting there, so that's nice. So yeah, quite a long day at the painting table. It's amazing how long those shark's teeth take to do when you're trying to get them accurate and even and trying to get them to look their best. Yeah, it takes a while. But they're done now anyway. So that's that. New subscriber, yeah, we've done. I'm trying to think what I'm doing here. Yeah, postman cometh again. A couple of times actually, yesterday and today. So he bought, I'll show you what he bought. I'm thinking ahead now, the World War II 132 scale, stroke 135 scale stuff. Oh, I got some more Nazis coming in the post. I've managed to pick up some more Nazi infantry, 132 scale Nazi infantry. And I think in my last video I referred to them as 135 scale. They're actually Airfix 132 scale, so forgive me, mistake corrected. So I got some more of them coming in the post. So I think by the time I get these, I'll have like over 200 of these, which is far and away enough for what I want. I'll stop buying them now. Oh, unless they come at a really stupid price. by them. And here's a little thing quickly, whilst I'm on World War II. Armour fast howitzers. Anybody out there game World War II in 1/72 scale, 20mm scale? Anybody out there game it in that scale? Because that's what these are. These are 20mm World War II. I bought them by mistake. So if anybody out there is into gaming World War II in 20mm and you want a couple of howitzers, give me your name and address. You can have these for nothing. I don't want them. I will send them to you. You can have them free of charge. Don't want anything for them. So anyway, the postman cometh. German artillery unit with 4 figures, very nice, and that's a SE1. I imagine this is a few years old, yes. I sometimes look at these and think, should I keep these in the original condition or make them? Because they'll probably end up being somewhat collectible, I don't know. That's nice anyway, that's nice. And this, I was amazed with this. I didn't think it would be so big. It's called a Rheintoster R3P surface-to-air missile. I never knew the Nazis had such things. I just thought it was a V1 and V2 rockets. Didn't know they had anything like this. So you live and learn. And it's got sort of, I suppose, engine at the back there, but it's also got rockets on the side of it and fins on the front. You would swear blind those fins there should be on the tail. It's almost like a back to front thing, isn't it? So that's nice. And you can get, that's in the sort of ground position, but you can get a transporter for this. It goes with this model. It's like bottom section of a tank without the turret on it and the gun, and you can fit this to that for movable purposes. But that's a little way off because I looked online and they're about 30 quid a go for the bottom section, so that'll have to wait. But that's gonna be fun. And today I got some really usable stuff for the gaming table, some really usable stuff, some tank obstacles, an observation post, and some road signs. Now it says road signs 2, so I presume there was a box 1 of these, so I'm going to look into that, see if I can find box 1, see what that was like. But all very useful, all nice to make the gaming table look a bit more authentic for whatever scenario you're doing. Sheet of decals inside with it to go on the road signs and stuff, so that's nice. So that's more stuff to do, because we're getting through the 20mm stuff, because once we've done these British Hussars, 7th Hussars, that'll be enough cavalry for both sides, because I'll have 24 British Hussars, and I must have equally that amount, if not more, of Scots Greys, and I've got like, well, I must have at least 50 French cuirassiers painted up, so that's far away enough. I have enough French artillery done. I think after I've done these, I'm going to do some more British artillery, because we're a bit light on that. Although we got the rocket troopers, the Congreve rocket troops, we're still a bit short on British artillery. So I found this. in the spare room. British foot artillery. So I think that's the next project after our 7th Hussars. There's some foot artillery, we'll have a crack at them. So the other thing I had in the post, see this, just jumping back to the Hussars, it's difficult to find precise details on uniforms, isn't it? Because I've got different books here. In 7th Hussars, one book showed the trooper with grey sort of trousers, which I now know are overalls. I had another picture in another book that showed him with blue trousers. So I think I'm going to go with the grey overalls. I think that's what I'm going to go with. That's the more likely thing, the grey overalls. But it's tricky to get precise details on these uniforms. Different books say different things. So anyway, what I was going to say was, the postman also bought me a little package which I had to order from America because I wanted these, and that is Airfix Stinking Guards Colour Party Grenadier Guards and Airfix Guards Band Grenadier Guards Band. I was delighted to get both. It cost me a whole pile more to get them from there to here than it did for me to actually buy them. I think I paid a couple of quid for them. I had to pay like 15-20 quid to get the bloody things here. Yes. But when I opened the bag, and I haven't really... Okay, these things are absolutely stinking. When I went through the bag, I found, see if I can find one to do it. I think most of them will do this. They have gone brittle. Now, oh, there's a spongy one. There's one that hasn't gone brittle, a Piper. I'll keep him. I tend to find with these figures, brittling is confined to Airfix. My experience has been most times that it's been Scots Highland Infantry, the Waterloo Highland Infantry, that go brittle for some reason. I have had it with one or two others, very rarely with anything else, but most of these have gone brittle. I would love to know why they go brittle, whether it's something to do with the plastic. They've not mixed this, whatever the components they put into the plastic, they've not mixed it right, and over a period of time it goes brittle. It probably looks alright when they first put the stuff in the molds and all that. It probably is probably fine, but over a period of years it goes brittle. Or whether it's something to do with it just maybe reacts to sunlight or something like that. These may be stored somewhere in sunlight and it's reacted with ultraviolet, I don't know, or maybe both of those things. I'd love to know your thoughts on this brittling, and I'd love to know if anybody's found it out there with bigger figures. I've never known this problem to occur with the 132 scale Airfix. They've always been fine. It always seems to be confined to the 20mm 1/72 scale figures that go brittle. So I'm going to have to sort through these and salvage the ones that are not brittle. And I also you sort of know they got a problem because they smell as well for some reason. They have this very strong plasticky odor about them. These are, I know you can't smell it, but these are smelling quite bad. So something's going on with these to make them go like this. It's my phone. Excuse me a second. Same number. People are always trying to ring from London flogging you stuff, or it gets on my wick. So yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on this brittling business. If you've had similar experiences, and if you have any ideas what causes it. I tend to think, you know, before I go quickly and have a wash and watch a movie, if you've got old Airfix figures, see, these are old hussars that I'm painting, and do that with your thumb. They're still pliable. So I tend to think if they haven't gone brittle by now, they're probably not going to. I'd be very surprised if they did. But yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. And, see, that one's lost his whatever he's supposed to be playing. I can snap this one, I'm sure. Yeah, that head comes off. Yeah, look. And I emailed the seller and said, your figures have gone brittle. And he said, I am sorry, I was selling them on behalf of somebody else. You can keep the figures. God, the smell. You can keep the figures. I will refund you what you paid, etc., etc. I will refund it. So I hope he does. So that's really all I got to say tonight. I assume this pack of guardsmen are the same. Yeah, they're busting in. I can see they're busting in the bag. These are the same. So yeah, that's all I got to say. Thanks to the new subscriber. Thanks to everybody for watching. Thank you for all your comments. Forgive me if I don't reply to your comments immediately. I will try and do better in the future. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Nice to be here. See you in the next one.